This is our Sun. It is a yellow dwarf star. It is a burning ball of gas, mainly gases like helium and hydrogen. The surface of the Sun is 5,500 degrees Celsius. Our oven can only go up to 500 degrees Celsius. It's a good thing we have a Sun, or we'd be frozen stiff. The Sun also keeps us in a fixed orbit. Without it, we would be flying through space. Where I live, we have 4 distinct seasons. The Sun plays a large role in seasons. As the Earth orbits the Sun, it is a bit tilted. When a part of the Earth is tilted away from the Sun, it is fall and winter. When it is tilted toward the Sun, it is spring and summer. This is Mercury. It is the first planet in our solar system, and although it is the closest to the Sun, it is not the warmest. But you still wouldn't want to live there. Mercury is a terrestrial planet. It is gray-brown in color and covered in craters. It looks a bit like a moon. Mercury orbits once around the Sun in 88 Earth days. However, one rotation takes 59 Earth days. There are only about 1.5 days in a year on Mercury. This is Venus. It is named after the Greek goddess Venus. It is the second planet in our solar system, and it is the hottest. It can reach temperatures of up to 471 degrees Celsius. Venus has a very thick, dense atmosphere. It is so heavy, just standing on the surface would feel like you were under 1 mile of water. The atmosphere is made up of thick clouds, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. Venus is very lazy. Just one rotation is longer than one orbit around the Sun. One rotation is 243 Earth days, and one orbit is 225 Earth days. Another thing about Venus, its poles swapped places, like it was flipped over. So it orbits opposite of us, and its orbit is almost a complete circle. This is Earth. It is our home planet. One orbit around the Sun takes 365.25 days, and one rotation is 23.9 hours, or 1 day. Our Earth is the only planet with liquid water, and our planet is 70% water. Out of that 70%, 97% is ocean water, which is not drinkable. So everyone and all the animals, not including ocean animals, and plants, not including ocean plants, are living on 3% of fresh water. The Earth has a 5-layer atmosphere. The first layer is the troposphere, where clouds are formed. The second layer is the stratosphere, where the ozone layer is. The third layer is the mesosphere, where meteors burn up. The fourth layer is the thermosphere, and the fifth layer is the exosphere. This is the Moon. You can see it has craters on it, but the other side has even more craters. The Moon controls the tides on the Earth. When the Moon faces one side of the Earth, that side will be in high tide, and the other side that is not facing the Moon will be in low tide. Have you ever heard of the space race? It was mostly between America and Russia, and it was the race to be the first to make the most discoveries in space. The pressure on America grew when the Russians launched the first man-made object into space, the Sputnik, in 1957. 1 year later, the USA released the satellite, Explorer 1, and US President Eisenhower founded NASA. In 1961, the Russians sent Yuri Gagarin to orbit the Earth in Vostok 1. 1 month later, President John F. Kennedy said that the Americans would have a man on the moon within 1 decade. 8 years later, in 1969, the Apollo 11 helped bring Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin to the moon. The moon has phases. After a full moon, the moon is waning, getting darker. After a new moon, the moon is waxing, getting brighter. This is Mars. It is the 4th planet in our solar system. It is named after the Roman god of war because of its blood-like color. Mars is a terrestrial planet. It is rocky and you will see red, tan, gold, and brown colors. Mars gets its red color from rusted iron in its rocks and soil. Mars' sky is red, so you will see a lot of red on this planet. Mars has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, the horses that pulled the Greek god of war. The moons are not round, so they are believed to be captured asteroids. 1 year on Mars is 687 Earth days, which is a long time. 1 day on Mars is 24.3 hours, only a bit longer than an Earth day, which is 23.9 hours. We are going to take a quick break from planets, and we are going to look at asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. An asteroid is like a mini planet. An asteroid has a range of sizes, from 33 feet to 329 miles. Asteroids aren't very spherical, but some are more spherical than others. A comet is a huge ball of frozen gases, dust, and rocks. When it nears the sun, it warms up, giving it a long tail. The nucleus of the comet can be a few kilometers across, while its tail can be 100,000 kilometers long. To prevent collisions, scientists have mapped space and monitor comets near Earth. This is called planetary defense. A meteoroid is basically a rock in space. Most meteoroids have been broken off of planets, comets, or asteroids. They are rock or metal, or a mix of the two. Jupiter is very much the largest planet in our solar system. If we combined all the other planets, Jupiter would still be 2.5 times bigger. Jupiter is a colorful gas giant. It has colorful bands of cloud and spots of tan, white, red, gold, and other shades between. Jupiter also has a large, red, oval-looking 300-year-old storm, which is twice the size of Earth. Jupiter has a whopping 79 moons. Out of those 79, 53 have names. One of Jupiter's moons, Europa, is believed to have liquid water under its icy surface. Observations and explorations of Jupiter have been going on for a long time. In 1610, Galileo Galilei used a small telescope to make the first notable observations of Jupiter. In 1973, U.S. NASA spacecraft Pioneer 10 was the first spacecraft to cross the asteroid belt and go past Jupiter. In 2000, NASA's Cassini was able to take a highly detailed, true color picture of the planet. Jupiter has very long years and very short days. A day on Jupiter is 10 hours. 1 year on Jupiter is 4,333 Earth days, or 11.8 Earth years. That is about the lifetime of one of my sisters. This is Saturn. It is the second largest and sixth planet in our solar system. It is a gas giant. Saturn has 82 moons, but only 53 have been named. Its largest moon is Titan. Saturn is known for its famous rings. These rings are made of chunks of ice, rock, and dust. There are 7 rings, all orbiting Saturn at different speeds. Although these rings are very long, they are only 10 meters thick, making them very thin. This is Uranus. It is an ice giant. It is not the last planet in our solar system, but it is the coldest. Uranus has a long year. 1 year on Uranus is 84 Earth years, and 1 day on Uranus is 17 hours. Uranus does not rotate like the other planets. Uranus and Venus are on their own little club. This blue ice giant is flipped almost completely on its side, 97.77 degrees to be exact. And on top of its rotation on its side, Uranus also spins in the opposite direction of most of the other planets. Uranus has an atmosphere made mostly of helium and hydrogen, with small amounts of ammonia, water, and methane. It is the methane responsible for this planet's blue-green color. Uranus has 27 confirmed moons, and uniquely are named after characters created by William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope. Some of the moons have been named: Triton, Oberon, Titania, Umbriel, Ariel, Miranda, and more. This is Neptune. It is the last planet in our solar system. It is very blue, even more blue than Uranus. It is also an ice giant, like Uranus. Neptune has 5 known rings. However, they are hard to see because they are dark, with different sizes and densities. The other planets may have had long years, but Neptune trumps them all. Neptune has a year of 165 Earth years, longer than a human lifetime. Also, 1 day on Neptune is 16 hours, which is much less impressive. Neptune has 13 confirmed moons, another waiting for confirmation. Since Neptune is the Roman sea god, its moons are named for lesser sea gods and nymphs. Triton is Neptune's largest moon and one of the coldest objects in our solar system. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed learning about our solar system.